Coach, Broncos are coming off a good sweep. A bit of a difference in performances from one night to the next, but Saturday was obviously a very, very good performance for the Broncos. And now you head to a Miami team who's like the Broncos, a lot improved since the last time the two teams face off. Just recap the weekend and what you're looking forward to this week.
Well, I think you mentioned it the right way in saying that we're happy with wins on both nights. Certainly performed a lot better on Saturday than we did on Friday night, and you always need to recognize your opponent in any situation. Colorado College has been a very good team this year in our league on the road and have won some big hockey games recently. So they were a tough team to play against. They competed, they battled. Coach Havlet's done a great job with them there, and they're continuing to get better. The Friday night, our level of intensity was not where it needed to be for the full 60 minutes, particularly the second period. We responded in the third. I thought from the get-go on Saturday night, we had some real purpose to our game. We played a real solid, strong team game. The first three shifts of the hockey game are an indication of how we want to play, and we were on our toes and put them under some pressure there. So very, very solid effort on Saturday, and certainly great whenever you can win two games in a weekend. It's so tough to do. It was great. Miami this week, you talked about them being a much improved team. Their best defenseman, Belpedio, did not play in the series against us early in the year, and he's a tremendous player. He'll be back this weekend, one of the best defensemen in our league. And Rico's done a great job as the coach of Miami. He's got a real young team, and you see how much they've progressed from early in the year. They've got depth in their forward lines. They've got a couple lines that have accumulated a lot of points. Larkin and Ned has played very well for them, and they've got a big core of defensemen who've taken a little bit of time to kind of get things going, but they're playing very well right now as well. So certainly a much improved team, a great rival of ours. We always have intense games against them, and it's always fun going down there to play.
Big reason for Western's success has been the offense at 3.27 goals a game, and that's the highest of any of the teams you've coached here. And then in particularly in the I saw it up on the board in there, but I think it's 24 to 9 in the third period. You're outscoring your opponents. What can you say is behind all that?
Well, probably that the head coach hasn't been doing his job up until this year, Adam, when you talk about this is the highest offensive total. So you're kind of putting the finger on me. See, where were you the last 5 years? But, we have more depth on our forward lines. I think we have more skill. We have more speed. And then it lends itself to your ability to hang on to pucks, to spend more time in the offensive zone. When you're doing that, you're creating offensive chances, which can lead to goals. Or the other thing is you're drawing penalties, which are putting your team in the power play. We've drawn more penalties this year. We have in other years as well. So I think they're related. I give Tim Herman, our strength and conditioning coach, a lot of credit for our record in the third period. As you mentioned, we've outscored teams 24 to 9 in the third, and I think that is a tribute to the work that he does with our players.
With the new poll out, the Broncos are in the top 10. I'm wondering what balance you hope to find between, hey guys, look what we're doing is working, congratulations, and still a ton of work left to do. Don't get hung up in that.
Well, there is no discussion of balance between being ranked in the top 10, and to be quite honest with you, you're the first guy to tell me here right now, so I appreciate that. But we don't even talk about it. I mean, that's great, and it's great for our alums and everybody to see that, and it's I'm sure, a sense of pride for everybody. Our main focus is trying to win a hockey game on Friday night against Miami. We'll never get ahead of ourselves. We know how quickly things can go the other direction. You never want to lose a game because you never know when you'll win again after that, so just try to keep winning there. So our focus is not on polls, it's not on rankings, it's not on anything else. It's simply try to beat your next opponent, which in our league is very difficult to do because I haven't seen the rankings, but I believe that probably all seven of our teams are probably in the top 20 or 21 in the national rankings right now. I know in the power rankings, we've got a lot of schools up in the top 10 there too. So the reason that we've maybe got the ranking we've got is the fact that we're playing tough teams every weekend, and those are the teams that are in our own league. But we're just going to focus on Miami, and if you asked our players, coach hasn't patted them on the back or handed out any bouquets just yet. We changed our plan today. We did not skate today. We had a real hard off-ice workout. And as I mentioned to them before we did that, this is not a reward. This is just reality. It's something we feel it's necessary right now to get a real solid off-ice workout. And we want to get all of our energy directed into Friday night's game.
One term that Aaron Hadley did use, and I've heard you use it before too, was positivity around the team as maybe a difference, a key. Is that something that you do see as opposed to last year, I guess, more positivity in the locker room?
Well, it's very difficult to have a lot of positivity when you've got a losing record. So ask any coach or any team that are winning more hockey games than they're losing, and everything's positive. The guys get along. This is the best team chemistry we've had. The coach is a great communicator. I love our systems. We play hard. We're in great condition. And as soon as you go on the other side of the equation, just pull out the book of losing, and it'll say the coach doesn't communicate. It's negative. It's kind of downtrodden in here and so on. So bottom line is just win and you feel good. And we're feeling good right now, but I know that Miami wants to make us feel bad on Saturday and Friday, so we got to be ready.